Like in 2022, if we talked about yachts, it was often about the Russian billionaires and the yachts being confiscated because of the Russian war in Ukraine. Flip side to that story is folks were doing a lot of buying when it came to the luxury yacht industries. And
segue.
What?
That was an interesting segue.
What?
Okay. I'm sorry.
All right.
Proceed.
Planes, trains, and automobiles and yachts?
Proceed.
Is that better? All right. Sometimes you just got to go for it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about yachts. Not only buying, but how about tapping into it when it comes to the sharing economy? We've got a voice on that. Jacqueline Baumgarten is the CEO and co-founder of Boatsetter, the boat rental company. Think Airbnb of yachting. They have more than 50,000 boats in over 700 locations worldwide. Jacqueline, nice to have you here with us. So tell us a little bit about what you guys do specifically and how it all works. And what it costs if I want to maybe rent a yacht.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it, Carol.
Yeah, okay.
Not true, not with Boatsetter. So what we do, we're the leading marketplace where people can go to have an incredible experience on the water with, as you mentioned, over 50,000 listings, 700 markets, any type of experience you want to have, whether you want to go fishing, sailing, sandbar hopping on a luxury yacht, or wake surfing, we can make it happen with a few clicks on your phone. And it's a simple process with affordable options ranging from a few $100s a day to tens of thousands a day, depending on what you'd like to do.
Yeah.
The other thing that's super unique is we are the first and only insured peer-to-peer boat rental platform, which means private owners can list their boats on Boatsetter, and it means you're going to have access to more beautiful, well-appointed boats than you'll find anywhere else.
Well, that's what I'm curious. I mean, whose boats are these? I mean, give us a sense here of the breakdown of what you have available. Who owns those?
So of those tens of thousands of boats, we have commercially operated boats, but what's super unique are the privately owned boats that boat owners can list on Boatsetter. We are the only insured and legally compliant peer-to-peer platform. So it's allowing, I don't know if you know this, but in the United States, there's 15.6 million registered recreational boats, and they get used 12 to 14 days a year.
Oh,
yeah, they're just sitting there.
I know that. I sat by a guy for years who owned a boat, and all he did was complain about owning a boat. And I said, well, why do you own a boat, dude? And he said, well I like going out.
12 to 14 years a year.
So in theory, in all seriousness, though, with someone like that who maybe doesn't use his boat as much as he probably thought he was going to use it when he bought it, he has an opportunity to go on Boatsetter and say, okay, I want to lease this out for a day or for a weekend to whoever comes onto the app.
That's absolutely correct. Not only that, what we're seeing is a big shift with people who are using, we're entering a recessionary time. And so people are a lot more sensitive to spend offsetting the cost of these assets. But we're seeing a shift into people turning this into a business and revenue stream where we have owners that are going out buying more boats. They're making $700,000 on the platform. And this year, what we've seen, interestingly enough, 70 of the owners who listed this year made 75% more revenue in their first year than owners who listed last year.
Yeah. Are the types of boats that are being rented here, are these boats that need a crew, or is basically the person renting them going to be the one basically driving this and dealing with
you get to where the captain's at.
So wait, as someone who actually owns a boat, like, you don't have to have a license to kind of go out there. You do if you are actually chartering people. But I am curious that how many of these boat owners, I mean, lots of accidents happen if it's not somebody who knows what they're doing. So I do wonder how often that happens, Jacqueline, that somebody gets a boat back and there's problems.
Well, to your first question, we focus on safety first and foremost. So the boats that go out, they can go out either with a U.S. Coast Guard licensed captain at the helm, and that is at the choice of the renter, so you don't have to have any prior experience to rent, or the owner can designate that the boat only goes out with a licensed captain and or crew, depending on the size of the boat. You asked about the variety of vessels, and that's the beauty of Boatsetter. We have everything. If you want to go take a small runabout on your own with a couple of friends and go fishing or the sandbar, you can do that all the way up to super yachts and mega yachts that are fully equipped with captain and crew.
I'm curious about the liability here, and because if you think about it from the perspective of, I mean, every time I get insurance, for like a car, they're always like, do you also have a boat? And there's a reason they ask that, because this stuff is expensive to insure. Talk about liability, and I'm not talking about it from the perspective of someone damaging the boat, but I'm talking about worse, if something bad happens out there.
It's a great, great question. And this is where Boatsetter is truly distinguished. So these owners have their own recreational insurance policies. Your recreational policy excludes coverage if you rent the boat and collect $1 in exchange. What we've done is we've partnered exclusively with Geico, and we have the only peer-to-peer insurance policy in the U.S. So when you list your boat on Boatsetter, it protects the boat owner, the captain, and the renter. Most commercial policies don't cover the renter. Not only that, we have the largest database of U.S. Coast Guard licensed captains, so you can pick and choose your captain, see their rating. We also are focused on safety and launched last year the largest free on-the-water boating safety course called Boatsetter Academy, where you can go out in major cities and learn the basics of how to dock and how to work on the water if you want to take a boat out yourself.
Jacqueline, what does it cost? Just give an idea. And I know you've got a range of boats, different sizes, makes and models. So give us an idea, if we wanted to go out, give us an idea of what it would cost.
On average, it's going to cost you $700 to $800 a day that you can split with your friends.
What's your take rate from that?
So it depends if it's a commercial boat versus peer-to-peer. So it ranges between 12 to 15%, depending on whether we are providing the insurance for Geico through the platform or not.
All right, very interesting. Jacqueline Baumgarten, really appreciate you taking time for us. She's the CEO of Boatsetter, peer-to-peer network.